Hey guys, welcome to a Skyrim tutorial. I'm just a book, and I'm here with...
Just a Muffin, and today we're going to teach you how to escape Helgen. Me and Just a Book have been playing this game for many years, so we're going to give you some tips and tricks that we've learned.
When you begin the game, you're going to be at the character selection screen, where you can choose your race. You want to make sure that you're the Khajiit, which is a cat, which is the strongest and most intelligent character. Also, you're a cat, which means you're the fastest, so you have the most speed if you need to run away from combat.
So once you decide you're going to be a Khajiit, you can go through and see that you can edit everything about the appearance. None of this is that important. You can choose whatever you want, but the one thing that is important is to make sure you're a male and not a female. After all, this is a physical combat game, so there's no reason to handicap yourself.
Once you finish your character, you have to watch this cutscene, which we'll play through right now. You know, the dragon comes into Helgen, that guy's head gets chopped off, rest in peace. Dragon comes in, you get saved, okay, and then at this point, you have to get up, and you can now move around. You can move your left stick to move where you're looking, and your right stick will move your feet.
Jarl, what is that thing? Could the legends be true?
Legends don't burn down villages.
We need to move now!
Now, it's time to go up. Fuck, that was so bad.
Okay, nah, don't worry about it, I got it. Alright, so the dragon's going to break down this wall. Make sure you stand back a little bit so you don't get hit. The dragon's breath is fire, and fire is hot, and hot, like fire would do damage to your body in this game. And you have to keep in mind, you only have a limited amount of health, so whenever that limited health runs out, you're going to die.
So as you can see, we jumped down from the tower into this building. What you want to do is keep maneuvering your way forward toward the quest marker that's at the top. It works as a compass. It has north, south, east, west. And you can hear one of the townspeople hasn't learned that hot fire does damage to your body in this game. You just wait for the dragon to pass, and then you keep moving forward.
Gunnar, take care of the boy! I have to find General Tullius and join the defense.
So, you just run through the town, we'll speed it up, just make sure you don't die. And now you'll come to a decision. As you can see, there's a Stormcloak and an Imperial, and they're both trying to persuade you to come with them as they escape. Now you're just about to get beheaded by the Imperial, which is Hadvar, or you can go with the Stormcloak. I personally go with Hadvar because I'm all about second chances, and you get some pretty good loot. Yeah, so all in all, you should just go with the Imperial.
Looks like we're the only ones who made it. Was that really a dragon? Bring us at the end times?
Now if you approach Hadvar, he'll take the bindings off your hands, which means now you can use them. So if you walk around, you can see there's probably plenty of loot to pick up. It tells you to go up to this chest and loot. Now you can see there's a bunch of items in here. We'll take the key, which we'll need for the rest of the quest. But these other items, like for example this sword, you might want to use it, but it's 9 pounds, which is pretty heavy, and it's only worth 25. So I choose to not pick up any of it. It'll end up weighing your character down, and I prioritize movement speed. I think that's most important. So I'll just go with my fists.
You should go to your settings and go to gameplay, and then go down to difficulty. Now difficulty in Skyrim is kind of like your reputation. So difficulty of legendary means like you're known as like a legendary player. Novice is like known as a novice player. So since you're just starting, you don't want to cheat yourself, and you should put it as novice because that's kind of what you are right now. And you can work your way up through like apprentice, master, legendary later on. But don't worry about that too much right now. Just put it at novice.
So now we're about to enter our first combat. This is with 2 Stormcloak soldiers. To attack, you hit RT to use your right hand, LT to use your left hand. And if you hold it down, right as I did right there, you'll get a power attack. And as you can see, the negotiations were quite short. And we're going through and looting these bodies, but nothing of use that I see. Stuff that's too heavy, not enough value, so I'm just going to leave it.
And before we continue, there's 2 little pro tips. Notice how we did not pick up the armor and the weapons because they're heavy, but then there are cabbages, which can be quite valuable. They're value of 2, and they only weigh 0.3, which is pretty light, and how we prioritize movement speed, you want to pick up those things. Also, during combat, you want the third person hitting the right stick, and going into third person while in combat is very useful because it allows you to see a lot more, making it much easier to see the attacks that the opponent is doing.
What are you doing? We need to get out of Helgen, now! The Imperials have potions in here. We're going to need some of them. Don't catch us alive!
So after you kill these 2 guys, it's going to prompt you to search these barrels for potions. I don't like to pick up these potions because I think they're too heavy, and also there's not that much use for them in my opinion. This rabbit is very useful though. So I'm going to pick that up, but I'm just going to leave the potions.
Dum-dum, this way. The torture room. Gods, I wish we didn't need these. Hear that? Come on.
So the next thing you want to do is walk down that staircase, and you can talk to this guy. His name is called the Torture Wolf. You want to take his hood, because his hood is very useful. We can get to later. So just sneak up behind him and take it, and you can take the Torture Wolf's hood off the Torture Wolf.
See if you can get it open with speed.
So you can loot his body and get that hood and take it out. There's not too much useful stuff in there besides that hood. So go to inventory and put the hood on. And see, looks pretty sweet.
Let's go.
So while we were taking the hood, Hadvar noticed that there was a dead mage in this cage. He actually gave us lockpicks to open this cage, but I'm not much of a criminal, so I dropped those lockpicks immediately and moved on. As you can see, there's a couple cages here that you can unlock where prisoners used to be held. There is some loot in there, but like I said, you know, if the door's locked, you're probably not supposed to be in there anyway, so I'm just going to keep it locked.
Now in this room, there's going to be some more fights. This little pro tip, anytime you see that liquid on the ground, it's like that purple magenta liquid, you can go into destruction and go to your flames, which is kind of like magic. I don't really like magic stuff, but there are uses for it. So you can go to flames, and when you're on the gas, on the ground, you shoot the fire, it does a lot of damage. And oh, I'm low.
Now, Bethesda Studios, if you're watching this video, you should consider adding potions at some point before this part, because this part can actually be pretty hard. But as you can see, we have no potions. We haven't picked up any or seen any. So we have to go into our magic restoration category and pick up the healing spell. Now, the way to use the healing spell is you just keep tapping LT like this, so you can see in third person that the spell is getting cast and we're slowly healing ourselves. So you would just have to keep, you know, spamming LT. But make sure you don't hold it down, because it'll drain your magical reserves very quickly, and you want to make sure you always have some.
Now, just another pro tip, there's going to be stuff that's spawned in on the ground, like swords, weapons, pouches of gold. If anything's ever in your way, you can hold down the A button and pick it up, and like move it around like this, and it's just kind of like floating in front of you. You can put it anywhere, just get out of the way. Now, you could ask, wait, why didn't I pick up that gold? And while you're escaping Helgen, there's not really any stores for people to barter with or any merchants, so you don't really have a use for gold yet, so there's no reason to weigh yourself down. If you're carrying a lot of gold, it's going to be a lot of weight in your pocket, which there's no reason to whenever you're prioritizing speed, trying to get out of this cave. So if you see gold on the ground, don't really pick it up unless you have a need to spend it, which we don't right now, so we're just going to leave it behind.
So what we tried to do right there was run by the spiders and get Hadvar to kill them. So even though Hadvar just taunted them, he actually didn't kill a single one. So we had to run back up and kill them ourselves. So now that we did that, we can move on to the next part of the cave. And right here, as you can see, we're picking up wine, which is one thing that you definitely do want to pick up here. We left that gold pouch because, I mean, that gold pouch was pretty big, so it was probably pretty heavy. But, crap, I accidentally drank one.
Hold up.
I didn't mean to do that. But, as you can see, their weight's only 0.5 and their value's 12, which is pretty good. And, you know, you have to think about who you can sell items to, and everyone's going to want to buy this wine. So it's very easy to sell.
For this next part, you're given a bow and arrow to shoot the bear from a distance. But if you look at the bow's stats, it's complete crap. It only does 7 damage, it weighs 5, and it's only value of 30. So just toss the bow on the ground, keep the arrows. And now you can sneak, but also you can just run straight up and then get to the bear, go to the menu, go to destruction, pull out your flames, which we used earlier, and shoot the bear with the flames. Now remember, the fire is very hot, and a hot fire will do a lot of damage to your body, but it also do a lot of damage to bears and other mobs in this game that you can come across. So just, when in doubt, use the hot fire to kill them.
Now, you might think that we should actually pick up this amethyst because it has low weight and high value, but you'd actually be wrong, because what you use amethyst for is for smithing jewelry, and your character at this point does not know how to smith jewelry with amethyst, so there's no reason to weigh yourself down. And you might think that you could just be able to sell it, but once again, we already told you, you should know this. There's no vendors in this cave, so you cannot sell it.
This looks like the way out. I was starting to wonder if we'd ever make it.
And once you load in, you're now in Skyrim, and you may think you're done, but no, you're wrong. The dragon is flying by, and quick, you gotta crouch, and you're sneaking. Sneaking is very good because sneaking makes you completely invisible to mobs in this game. You will not be seen by anyone if you're sneaking no matter what happens. You can talk, you can jump, you can do anything while sneaking and you won't get caught.
So now this quest is over, you're free to explore Skyrim. You can pull up the map now, look at the whole world. You can see everywhere that you can now travel now that you've escaped Helgen.
Blacksmith there. I'm sure he'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm just a muffin. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell.
We'll
see you next time, guys.